Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I'm coming to you today with a review for Greenleaf Season 4, Episode 9, you guys. This episode had me so frustrated, like y'all cousins say, F-L-U-S, frustrated. Oh, my God. I just finished watching it not too long ago. I was talking to James, and I was just like, this bullshit got me so fucking mad. Is the finale next week? Does anybody know? I really think we should be coming up on this mid-season finale or do they even do a mid-season? Is it about to be done? Because this show ain't nowhere near, I don't know how it's ready to be done. But I really think that if it's not next week, it's in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, you guys, let me get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so I'm going to do it out of order because it's going to make more sense for me to not jump around. We're going to start with Jacob and Zora Mama family. And like I said, this is not the order that it happened in the show, but it's two really separate things happening here, so let me just handle it this way. Okay, so we see Zora Mama. She come in the room. She see Jacob getting funky fresh fly. Okay, he about to go meet up with Dante. I said, didn't you burn that bridge? But evidently not. She was like, did you tell him that he lost you both of your jobs? No, he told him that he wanted some money for your stupid school. Out there trying to help you, and you still a pain in the ass. Anyway, she's still on him. Can you find out about the house? He say he don't want to do it. She was like, why not? People ask for these things all the time. This is not nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, bitch, why don't you go ask your damn family? Where is Zora Mama family? What do they do? Do they got any money? Obviously not. Okay, you sitting up here waiting on damn Jacob's parents to die, and you... Anyway, oh, she said she's not waiting on them to die. I'm sorry. Getting back to it. Jacob said he ain't asking, but you welcome to do it. Okay, and good luck with that. How about the bitch go and do it? I said, this child ain't even got she ain't got no pride, honey. She gonna do what she gotta do. She goes and asks May, of all people. I at least expected her to go talk to Bishop. But no, she went and asked directly Lady May. And I was really shocked at Lady May. I wouldn't have gave that bitch the time of day. I would not even entertain a conversation with that bitch by this time. Because I got to be hiding shit out of my own safe in my own house because I'm afraid that my son's daughter is going to get to it. Okay. She was like, oh, well, you also slapped me. So, it is what it is. I was like, ain't this about a bitch? Anyway, May tells her that the house is split equally between Grace, Jacob, and Charity. So get this. She go and talk to Grace too. I said, girl, I guess you gonna get to this one way or the other, ain't you? And she's just basically telling Grace, like, look, I cannot stay in this house no longer. Grace was like, I thought you guys was gonna be here to the end of time. And she said, yeah, I thought so too, but I can't get with your mama. Okay, Lady May gets on her last good nerves. And she got to go. Grace was like, oh, okay, well, you guys need a little help. I might have a little bit of money. Like, what we talking? She said, well, our share in it easily is $1 million. Grace was like, okay, $1 million? She was like, yes, but you know what? I can let the shit go for 500. As a matter of fact, since you talking like you might mean something, maybe 250. And Grace was like, boy, you really want to get out of here, don't you? Sure do, like yesterday. Okay, did you guys catch that when she asked Grace how she got the money? And Grace said, long story, that she was just like, Okay, y'all already know that Zora Mama gonna go digging. She gonna find out about Lionel and that Lionel is Grace's father. And she's gonna use that against May some kind of way. At least she's gonna try to use it some kind of way. Because I can't wait for that bitch to get caught. Oh, I'm so sick of Zora Mama. But not even more than I am sick of Charity. But we gonna get to her later. But she willing to lose $750,000 just so she can get the hell up out of that house, just like a true crackhead. Like, girl, you really willing to give up that much money? And your man don't even want to go. Okay? I guess. Now let's jump over to Jacob. Jacob goes to Dante's. He's about to open this new sports bar and grill kind of place. And Jacob walks in there, Dante, he's a good sport. He forgives Jacob. I thought he was going to have an attitude with him, but it looks like, Sophia might have got told Dante in one way or the other, okay? He's real agreeable now. Jacob was like, hey, man, I just want to apologize for, what happened the last time. And Dante was like, oh, man, don't worry about it. My head was wrong. I was still trying to get used to Nikki being gone, but I'm straight now, and I sat down, I thought about what you said, and I was like, yeah, maybe we can do this. And Jacob was like, word? And he said, yeah, maybe, your wife's school, what is it, Excellence Academy? Yep, Excellence Academy. Okay, all right. How about I, give her some money? And he had a check already wrote, and he gives it to Jacob. And Jacob was like, man, I can't take this. I was like, nigga, you better take it. Okay, or else your wife. Although I'm really concerned about whether or not this money is even going to make it to the school. Okay, but anyway, Dante was like, no, you go on and take it. And, why don't you ask your wife if maybe she and I can do like some sort of press conference, because the general manager for the basketball team says this is the only way that he's gonna get off the bench. And Jacob was like, okay, he can make that happen. So then he goes home, and Zora mama got on her old crunchy lingerie. The bitch is all romantical, and she was just like, oh, baby, if I got some news for you. And he said, oh, I got some good news too. Okay, everybody done did some shit today. She was like, how about you go first? And then after that, we just see that they had this, real passionate session. They tired, they spent. We don't know who went first, but something tells me that she didn't tell Jacob that she got, I'm assuming she got this money from Grace, okay? But I'm sure he told her about the money that was coming from Dante, okay? So anyway, they all in love again, I guess, okay? We can finally get the house. And she was just like, yeah, it's gonna be your night, trying to get sexy with him. Every time these two have like some sort of like sexual or some sort of intimate contact on the show, it just makes me just be like, and when she said she was about to go down and give him a blowjob, I was just like, oh my God. I mean, I cringed, literally. I was like, oh, this is not, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. Oh, she's so proud of her husband now. Let's jump over to Zora. Zora's at her house, with her girl Nikki, and they sitting up there looking on Instagram or whatnots. And Nikki notices that Dante is about to have his soft opening for his bar and grill. He didn't even invite Nikki. And Sophia's over sitting on the other side, and she was like, well, did you expect him to? And she was like, hell yeah, I expected him to. I did design that whole place. That whole thing is her idea. So that's the least he could do. But Dante ain't thinking about you, girl. He done moved on to bigger and brighter and more Christian-like things. Sophia was just like, maybe he's just conflicted. And the girl was like, well, maybe you just confused, bitch. Who asked you in the first place? Okay, Zora was like, please, you guys don't even fight. Okay. And Sophia was just like, you know what, later for this, I'm about to go. And Zora was like, I thought we was all going to go eat. And she was like, no, I'm not hungry. So she leaves. All right. And after she leaves, Nikki tells Zora, why don't we go to the bar and grill late and just kind of act like we didn't know what. Okay. And Zora says, okay. So they trying to figure out what they gonna wear. And I'm already saying to myself, well, they gonna get down there and they gonna bump into Sophia. And sure enough, okay, they done got all jazzed up. Zora got her big afro going. Okay, and they walk in there and they see that Sophia, honey. And Sophia don't look like the Sophia that just walked out the house. And she got her hair pulled up, real coiffed nicely. Had her ponytail going, tight leather jacket, little tank top, and she hugging Dante. And Nikki was like, ain't this about a bitch? I'm about to fuck her up. Okay, so she goes storming over there. Zora's like, wait a minute. Sophia ain't even scared, honey. You would think that this child grew up somewhere else. And she sees Nikki, and Nikki looked like she might have a razor blade or two in her purse, especially when it comes to her rich basketball player ex-boyfriend. So she says, girl, I thought you said that you wasn't hungry. Okay, and she says, I did, huh? She is just so perplexed. Child, that Nikki ain't got much patience for her. She gonna beat her ass. Of course, a break fight, Why can't I get my words together? Of course, a fight break out, and or at least they try to have a fight, but security comes in there and hustles Zora and Nikki out of the club. And so the next morning at the house, okay, Sophia is back to little Sophia the Christian, not the one that was at the club with the ponytail and the tight damn jeans and the leather jacket and all. Sitting there just as prim and proper. That bitch would have got on my nerves too if I would have saw that, So she comes in there and she was just like, what's up with what happened? And Sophia was just like, what you mean what happened? Okay, I done hooked up with old boy. Okay, I like him. She was just like, but that's Nikki's old work. And why are you really trying to go there like that? She was like, I can do whatever the hell I want to do. Them two are not together anymore. I don't even really know Nikki like that. Okay. And I don't want to know her like that. So it is not even no big deal. I can't be concerned about how Nikki feels. And Zora says, you need to be concerned because you don't have any friends and you ain't gonna get no friends, okay, fucking around with their ex-boyfriends. Sophia says, well, I don't give a damn, okay, because I'm grown and I can do what the hell I want to do. And Zora said, no, you a hoe, and I'm glad you're going back to school, okay? And Sophia was like, oh, yeah, well, I got one better for you, baby. I ain't going back to school, so how about that, okay? Some tell me Sophia may not even go back in the fall. I was like, girl, if she feel like she done bagged this boy and all the shit that's going on with her mother right now anyway, something tells me that she won't even go back. But, I'm just going to stop it right there. We tie all the rest of it up at the end. But let's get back to the main Greenleafs, okay? So Grace is talking to Clara, okay, trying to convince her that, you know, this whole thing about adding the 12 new people to the board is a good thing. You know, Hope and Harmony, they're going to pour millions of dollars into this whole project. Okay, we got to get Clara on board. Okay, Connie is there. And when I see Connie and Grace and Judy all on the same team, I was like, what's up with this here? Clara was just like, yeah, well, I mean, I guess. They conclude the meeting, and then when Clara walks out, you know, Judy is just like, I hope it all goes through because daddy is gonna be mad if it doesn't. I was like, fuck your daddy, okay? Grace is just sort of looking like she can't believe that she's in bed with these two. I was like, okay, they must obviously have a plan. So the phone rings and it's Lady May, and she was like, how did the meeting go? And Grace says, well, it went fine. You know, we talked to Clara, and I think Clara's on board, okay? And she says, good. She says, well, Bishop is over there. He's about to come and talk to Connie. And Grace was like, and to talk to him about what? And she was like, you know, he's just going to appeal to her reasoning. Okay. I was like, now why you was seeing that damn Bishop who been wanting to use a different angle approach anyway? Why would she think that this was going to be a good idea? I don't know. Okay, so he supposedly is not going to talk about the payment from Harmony and Hope. He's just going over there to try to reason with Connie. But then Sidekick Phil walks in the door. And he's like, a word, you know, with Pastor Greenleaf. And she was like, sure, Sidekick Phil, what do you need? And he says, I need for you to resign. And she was just like, what are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, I have proof that you lied for your son, AJ. And if you don't step down from the pastorship, then I'm going to be forced to turn that proof into to the police. And, you know, then the evidence will roll over both you and AJ. You know, of course, Grace looked like she's turning green there. All right. And he's like, I'll give you till Sunday. All right. And then he walks out and he feeling himself. So he says, God is good. I said, fuck you too. I'm telling you, I was so annoyed this whole episode. And this was the beginning scene. So just imagine it started at the beginning. I was like, Grace, if you don't make a fucking beeline for Charity's dumb ass. But before we get to her, Bishop catches up with Connie. She's getting home. And, you know, he was just like, Connie, you know, can I talk to you? And she was just like, oh, Bishop, I hope you're not here to try to, you know, take up for your wife. Okay, first her sorry story, you know, and then now she talking at the party and trying to change up things. When are you guys gonna realize that you are not a part of any of this? And he was like, the church has always belonged to the Greenleafs. And she was just like, and Grace is there. And he says, well, Grace, you know, we can't count on Grace right now. You know, this is between him and May and Connie. And Connie says Grace is going to turn this church into, you know, over to the great pages of history. And Bishop was like, oh, yes. And what if, what is going to be on those great pages of history when they find out that you accepted a payment on April 2nd from Harmony and Hope, and that it was cashed in your bank on April 5th, and then it was moved over to your daughter's account the next day, and we figured that that's so that you would keep it there until it all blows over. Okay, and Connie is sitting there listening like, fuck, they know. But she keeps a old stiff upper lip, and she was just like, I won't even dignify this with a denial. And he was like, the church belongs to the congregation. They will maintain leadership majority of the board. So, how you like them apples? I said, ooh, Bishop, your wife is gonna be mad at you. And I was looking at Connie. I said, girl, you got the bubble guts? I know that it was the pit in the stomach. You know, when you found out you done got busted, you get real sick. Now, Judy comes into Corinne's office, and it's clear that Judy don't like Corinne. Corinne don't like Judy, okay? Judy was just like, Corinne, when are you supposed to print out this paperwork for me? Some paperwork that she's been requesting. Corinne has been taking her sweet time and got it to her. She says, do I need to let the pastor know that you haven't been doing your job? And Corinne was like, oh, well, no, you don't have to do that. Okay, well, then go do the shit pronto. Corinne says, well, if I do that, then I'm gonna miss out on these Amy Grant tickets, concert tickets for you. And she was just like, oh, well, get the tickets. Okay, and then print out the paperwork. And I'm not going to say thank you until it's done. Okay. Corinne was like, that's fine. You're welcome. But back to Grace. She does make the beeline straight for Charity. And she busts in there and she says, Charity, what proof does Sidekick Phil have on me? She was like, what are you talking about? What proof does Sidekick Phil have? Okay. I don't know what he has. And she was just like, Charity, he's my son. Like, really? We doing this? And Charity was just like, you know, I don't know what he has, but this is all your fault. Okay, this all falls on you. Grace was just like, ain't this about a bitch? I said, I swear I would have hit her. Grace got, honey, the patience of Job in her, because ain't no way I wouldn't have bust that bitch in her mouth. All right, while she's sitting there so high and mighty. When Grace walks out, she says, I don't know exactly what it is that you so mad about that you willing to ruin somebody's life for. Charity, again, she big and bad, she don't give a fuck. Oh, well, you know, you shouldn't have did what you did. And Grace doesn't have anything else to say to her. She's so disgusted. But my whole thing is, what exactly is Charity upset with Grace about? Is it really just young sibling rivalry? Okay, I know it's jealousy. But if anybody was to sit there and actually ask Charity why she has a problem with Grace, I bet you she couldn't even put it in words. It is absolutely nothing that Grace has done to Charity. Yes, there have been circumstances where Charity probably hasn't come out on top because of Grace, okay? But that has nothing to do with Grace. That's just how the chips fell, right? But this bitch is just, oh my God, I was just like, And when Grace walks out, you know, then Charity turns around like, oh my God. I get so annoyed with her because she always be like, oh my God, what have I done? Okay. But don't even act like she has any little bit of remorse when somebody confronts her about her fuck shit. Oh my God. I swear when it's all said and done, I hope Grace beats her sister up. Now, we see Judy. She's talking to Sidekick Phil in his office, okay? He's like, don't you have something to do around here? She's waiting on her Amy Grant tickets. But anyway, okay, how's it going with you and Charity? You know, he says, fine. And she's like, you know how women can be, in obviously any race, okay? Well, she can't be like me, okay? Can she? And he says, actually, she's a lot like you, okay? With the simple fact that, you know, you are an annoying, skinny white woman and Charity is an annoying, thick black woman. You guys are a whole lot alike, you know. She was just like, listen, Sidekick Phil, I mean, I know about you and, you know, I know what you like, okay? I guess right now you're in this whole mode where you need to be with a black woman. It's a thing. I get it. I said, ain't this about a bitch? It's a thing. He's black. Is it a thing that a black man would want to be with a black man, Phil? Was you just fucking all the white women out there wherever the hell you guys was before? He's still trying to sit there and explain to her how he cared about Charity. And she was like, fine, honey, do whatever you got to do. She's like, as a matter of fact, maybe we should all go to dinner. Okay. And he was just like, you don't think that's a good idea? Yes, because if you want her in this beautiful black future of yours, as we pave the ways to the church, then it would behoove you to have her come and have dinner with us. Okay, so Sidekick Phil, of course, he can't deny Judy because she's a means to his end, right? So he agrees. They're gonna all go to dinner. And she was like, don't worry, Sidekick Phil. Yes, I'm jealous, but I won't do anything to upset your happiness. And he was like, you better not. She was just like, tell me, what makes you think that daddy is going to, you know, give you this future in this church like you think you are? He says he just has a feeling. And she was just like, oh, okay, I have a feeling too. Steak. Okay, dinner tonight. So then he goes and tells his girl Charity that they having dinner with Judy. And even though Charity ain't really feeling it, he was like, this is going to help Bob decide to give her the AP position. And she was like, Bob? Okay. Since when is he making the decision? Since always, fool. Why do you think that Bob is not going to be the one that decides that you nor your man Sidekick Phil gonna get this damn positions that you guys are? I don't know, for all of the cleverness that Sidekick Phil has, why is he this stupid? Why is he this stupid is what I want to know. You know, Charity was like, does she know about Grace? And he was like, no, she don't know about Grace, and she don't need to know about Grace because you know, his whole hope is that Grace is going to step down before Bob even has to be involved in this whole thing. Now, Bishop, he goes back home and he was like, hey, baby, he been contemplating whether or not he should tell her this. And she was like, James, what have you done? Okay. And he was just like, well, I told Connie that we knew about the deposit that was made by Harmony and Hope, but I think it worked. And she was just like, oh my God. Didn't I tell you not to tell her anything? Okay? How can you be so wise a man in certain ways and so foolish in other ways? And Bishop is offended. Like, what do you mean by that? I'm trying to get your church back, May. Okay, she's like, listen, James, I don't want to fight. Okay? You my last little bit of hope around here. If you weren't around, I probably would have lost my mind by now. Okay, these damn kids are stupid as hell. Okay, the church, everything that's going on. Like, I need you. Okay? All I'm saying is, this little move that you did against Connie, she don't know what way it's going to be a problem, but it's going to be a problem. And it is going to do us in. This was not the way to force Connie into some sort of corner, okay, when she a fucking possum. And child, possums attack when they cornered. So she was just like, yeah, I'm not, that was a mistake, James. So she getting up. He thought she was coming to bed. She was like, I'm going back to my prayer closet. She thought she was done praying, but you know what? I'm going to see you in the morning. Going to have a long talk with Jesus. Okay. Now we see Sophia. This is the good Christian Sophia again. She's on the phone, calling AJ in front of her mom. AJ, if you don't come back and make everything right, I'm going to lose my mother. And that's not fair because I haven't done anything. I don't deserve this. She lied for you. You need to come back and make it right. Okay. She does all of that. Okay. I said, look at old sweet Sophia. You were so big and bad, cussed out Grace not too long ago. You stealing folks' men's around here and everything. When she gets off the phone, she tells Grace she ain't going back to Hampton. Okay, she did 3 weeks of that 6-week thing, and she just gonna wait till the fall. But Grace was just like, no, you need to go on back. I'm gonna be fine. And she says, no, I'm not going back. And I was like I told you guys earlier, I don't think old girl gonna make it back even in the damn fall. Okay, now Connie goes back to the church, and now that she been, the cat's out the bag with Bishop, she goes to talk to Judy and Psychic Phil. Okay, and she was just like, we need to make some amendments to the paperwork that they're gonna present to the board. Okay, and why is that? And she was like, well, Bishop and May know about, the little payment. Psychic Phil was like, oh. And Judy says, well, how does she know that? And she says, well, I'm sure it's probably Corinne. And Judy was like, that bitch. Like, she was about to go handle. I said, girl, what you gonna do to Corinne? Don't even try it. Psychic Phil was like, okay, so what is the amendment that you want to make? And she says, well, it can't be 50-50 now. Okay, we're going to have to give them something, so let's do 60-40. The church will have the majority still. And the daughter looks around and she says, fine. All right. But now she got to go handle Corinne. So she walks in Corinne's office and she says, you're fired. Then she busts into Grace's office. She was just like, Grace, I thought we were on the same team. Grace was like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Connie and your father. And Grace is sort of like, okay, Judy, I honestly don't know what you're talking about. Because she doesn't know. At least she doesn't have an idea that Bishop said that part, because May said that he wasn't. And Judy doesn't really know how to read this, okay? She sees that Grace is acting like she don't know what's going on, maybe she shouldn't say nothing. So then she was just like, nothing. And she walks out. So Grace goes back to the house and she's telling her parents, what happened. Sidekick Phil knows about AJ, knows that she lied and everything. And she blames it all on Charity talking to Sidekick Phil. She don't know how, but yeah, that's how she feels, And of course, May, I was surprised that May was actually like, wow, don't say those things about your sister. But Bishop was just like, oh, that Charity. She's so hypnotized by that scoundrel's attention. It's a wonder she can even tie her own shoes. Lady May is sitting there listening and she says, listen, Grace, forgive me for sounding cold, but AJ is guilty. Grace is still going on. You don't know that for sure, Mama, even though the child done told you that she saw the damn drugs in her brother's bag. May was like, assuming that he is guilty, what would you do? She says that she would step down. And she says, and if he was innocent, She says, I would stay and I would fight. And May was like, okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Y'all fucking kids is about to drive me crazy. I'm gonna throw up. Bishop was like, Grace is right. We can't risk sending the boy back to jail. He'll be there for decades. You don't want to be the cause of that, do you? Ooh, it's raining hard. And she was like, first of damn all, this is all your fault because you done went over there and told Connie what I told you explicitly not to say. And Grace was like, oh, Daddy, what did you do? And she said, disobeyed me. Okay, he ain't got sense enough that God gave him. So you listen to me, because you got your mama brain. Okay, the other kids is off of their daddy. She was like, look, you go in your quarters, you study up, you get all your scriptures and your sermon together, and you go in there on Sunday and you tell your truth. You tell everybody what happened. And they was like, what? You know, Grace looking like she can't do that one. And Lady Mae was like, honey, that church is full of mothers. All of the mothers in there would understand what you're talking about. Bishop was like, if she does that, she'll go to jail. She was like, psh, she probably ain't going to jail for that little bitty mess, whatever that is. I'd eat my hat if they did try to put her in jail. But she tells Grace, you know, if AJ, what good is the boy if he actually did do this and he stays free, okay? His soul is tainted. You don't need to tie yourself up with that shit. So what you need to do, like I said, is go in there on Sunday. Honey, you preach the word and you let them people know what it is. You tell your truth and you win. Okay, and she's walking out the room and Bishop says, Grace, do what's best for your son. And honey, Lady Mae heard that and she turns around and she said, Grace, do what's best for your soul. And everything else is noise. And honey, she walk on out that door. I said, that's right, Lady Mae. Listen, Lady Mae done did some shit. Lady Mae done came clean. She done told everybody what she did, why she did it, everything. Lady Mae is now trying to win this church back. And damn it, everybody needs to get on the good foot and make sure that they make the right decisions around here. So I'm with Lady Mae. I'm with her all this season. Totally. Now, let's get to this dinner. Okay, we see Charity and Sidekick Phil and Judy. They at the Hit Bitch Grill. That Judy is really insistent. She wants Charity to know that her and Sidekick Phil, you know, had a thing back in the day. You know, she was just like, she doesn't know. And Sidekick Phil was like, Judy, you know she don't know. And Charity was like, I don't know what. Listen, if somebody don't tell me what the hell is going on around here, I'm going to get this knife and I'm going to slice both of you guys up. Now, what is it that I don't know? I said, fool, take a guess. What do you think? So, of course, we don't see, you know, all of the details of them telling her. But after the dinner is done, you know, she walks out and she has an attitude. She gets in the car with Sidekick Phil and she says that she's thrown her whole life away for him. And she don't even feel like she knows him. And he was just like, oh, you know, I didn't tell you because, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a long time ago. It ain't even mattering no more, you know. But Charity got a problem with it. So Sidekick Phil, you know, he got to placate his girl some kind of way. So he gives her a key. And that's the key to his apartment. You can come in there anytime you want. You know, you can look around. You're going to see pictures of you, you know, right after I met you. I was like, nigga, was you a stalker? Why you have shit right after you met me? We wasn't even friends until, you know. Anyway, this key has to show that he really cares about Charity. I go back and forth. People are saying that they don't think that he really does care about Charity, but I really do think that he cares about Charity. Okay, that this happened on accident, and him giving her access like this, I really do feel like it. Now, some people are saying that he's just doing all of this to try to gain her confidence, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Don't you feel like it? Somehow, whenever stupid ass Sidekick Phil opens his eyes and realizes that he's being used, I feel like he is going to be the reason that the Greenleafs don't go completely down somehow, some way. She looks over at him and she was just like, oh, you like me, don't you? And he was like, huh, like? I don't like you, Charity. I love you. And child, something about when a man do tell you that they love you and you really care about them, child, that do kind of, you know, that do kind of touch your heart a little bit. I was like, she a lost case now. So they get to kissing in the car. I said, yeah, we can completely write Charity off now. Now, next morning, we're going to tie all this together. This is after Zora and Sophia had their conversation, and Sophia told them that she's not going back to school. I guess the family is about to go to breakfast or have a family breakfast. Zora mama, she's in good spirits because she just had sex with her man the night before, and it was great, okay? Her phone keep ringing. It's Fernando. Fernando been calling and calling and calling. Okay, so she answers the phone when she gets a little private time, and she was like, will you please quit calling me? Like, it's over. And he says, oh, I'm not calling you about that. I'm calling you about, the house that you live in, the house that you might own one day. And child, just the idea of her possibly owning this house. Now, bitch, you just had a good night with your man. You just got the money. He just got the money. Okay? What else do you need? See, that's that greed. That greed is going to be her fucking downfall, because you still so intrigued when you already got the green light to get the hell up out the house now. Okay? So we don't know what he tells her, but whatever it is, it was something she wanted to hear. And it's, oh no. Actually, it's not Sunday. It's not breakfast. It's church. It's Sunday morning. And everybody is preparing to go. That's why they were all, getting ready at the Greenleaf house. Anyway, Judy comes into Sidekick Phil's office and she says, oh, I hope I didn't cause any problems in your relationship last night. He was like, oh, no, you ain't caused no problems, honey. It's all tight over here. Okay, I put out the fire you was trying to cause. Good, because we're going to need her in the future. Because it seems that Charity is going to be the tie-breaking vote, okay? Because even though she is on the church's side, and they're going to have 10 people and the church will have 12 people, we already know that Connie is going to vote with the other side. So that's 11-11. That's a tie, and Charity will be the one to break that tie. So we got to keep her in line. You got to keep on being in love with her Sidekick Phil. And he was like, she gonna be the deciding vote for what? And she was like, that's for me to know and for you to find out. I said, and you still trying to tap dance for these folks, Sidekick Phil? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But anyway, it's Sunday. After Charity get off the stage with that little, that song. Now it's time for Grace to get up there and preach, okay? And, Grace is feeling the spirit. She done prayed about it. The Lord done told her to, come clean up on that pulpit. And she was just like, good morning, Calvary! Good morning, Pastor Greenleaf. She says, how y'all doing? Y'all do me a favor and turn to Luke 22, verse 40. Lady May is sitting in the congregation. She knows that chapter, that verse. Okay, Lady May shakes her head like, yep, this is it. She's doing it. Okay, and Grace is about to start her service, and then the door opens in the back, and who is it but that goddamn AJ? This fool don't know it's Sunday. Now, I know you ain't got no decorum. You've been in jail, whatnot, foster care, all. Can you not bust into the church on Sunday? That's all I'm saying. Okay, he walk all down the way like he don't know what's going on. What is wrong with AJ? I said, what is wrong with this boy? As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, he about to fuck it up. And so did Lady May. She turned around, looked at him, and she looked up at Grace, and Grace is completely thrown off now. Okay, where was I at again, church? You was at Luke 22 and 40, but she can't get herself together. And Lady May is like, don't do it. She's saying it to herself. Do not do this, Grace. But Grace can't help it. She loves her son. Okay. And so she looks around and she says, you know what? Change your plans, church. Okay. Effective immediately. This is going to be the last Sunday that I will be preaching as the head pastor of Calvary Tabernacle, whatever the name of the church is. And everybody's like, oh. And I was like, no. You was about to be coming clean. It was done. And this damn boy, I told you guys he was coming back. Sophia made him come back and fucked everything up. I was so annoyed with him. I said, if you don't take your old scrawny little ass some fucking where, just always messing up everything. Lady May just looks over at Bishop. She was like, that's it. It's done. Like, what else do it? That squirrel on the branch all the way on the very, it has snapped. It's done. Oh my God, I was so frustrated. FLUS, you guys. I was mad. I was just like, oh, Grace. All right, rock stars, that's it. Let me get off of here. I'm about to run into Chipotle and get me something to eat. Take it on back to work. You guys, make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.